This is Infants on Thrones.
Minisode.
Hey there, this is Glenn. Just a quick little promotional minisode here. I am going to be interviewed by a street epistemologist named Dali on Tuesday, September 1st at 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 2 p.m. if you're in Utah, or 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Dali is going to grill me over the first few chapters of my new book, Bathing with God. And it's going to be live on YouTube. Look for Juggling Lessons on YouTube if you'd like to listen to it live, or even if you just want to hear it after it's been recorded. I'll also put a link on the website. And Dali sent me a few questions ahead of time to give me and Quad a chance to work together to chime in. And here's what we came up with. Hope to see you next Tuesday. Hey, Quad.
Hey, what?
I've got some questions for you.
Yes, I know.
Oh, right, because you know everything, don't you?
No, but I am your imagination, so I know everything you know, and then some.
And then some, huh? Sure you do. So, we are going to be interviewed by a street epistemologist.
Yes, I know.
Uh-huh. And he has a few questions for you.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, I already know you know. So, let me just ask them so that the people listening to this will know what you're responding to.
Fair enough. Shoot.
All right, here's his first question. I've heard that you are Glenn's imagination.
Where did he hear that?
Wait, I'm not finished with his question.
I know, but where did he hear that?
He listened to the first 4 episodes of the Bathing with God podcast.
Yes, I know. I was there.
You were there when he was listening to the podcast?
Duh. I'm what he was listening to.
What do you mean?
The book and the podcast, created by me, your imagination, the thoughts we created together, put to words, recorded digitally, transmitted through the internet, touching his eardrums, traveling into his brain, that was all me. What happened after that? Well, that's all him.
What are you talking about? Can I please just ask his first question?
Sure, but I think he's confusing you for the bathing character in your book.
Whatever, let me just continue with the question. I've heard that you are Glenn's imagination, yet I've also heard that you existed well before Glenn. Will you probably exist well after Glenn? And then a sub-question, will Glenn exist after Glenn?
I don't remember saying that I existed before Glenn, but if you really want to get imaginative about it, Einstein's theory of relativity suggests that past, present, and future already exist within the fabric of space-time. To quote Brian Greene from The Fabric of the Cosmos, all time exists all the time. So, if you take that approach, then I have always existed, as have you and him and everyone else within this fabric of time. But it would probably be better to ask if a tree makes sound, if it falls in a forest, if no one's around to hear it.
Wait, why? What does that have to do with anything?
Patience, Iago. I'm getting there. Does a tree make a sound if no one's there to hear it? The correct answer to that question is no. It does not make a sound. Because sound is what happens when disturbed air molecules impact an eardrum. If a tree falls, air molecules will most definitely be disturbed, but if there's no eardrum or any other device around to detect it, aka to hear it, then no, it did not make a sound. Sound requires those 2 parts. It isn't a sound if one of those parts is absent. Similarly, Glenn's imagination requires both Glenn and his disturbing thoughts to imagine things. I suppose that books and podcasts that Glenn has created through his imagination will probably be around after Glenn is not, but that isn't really what he's asking, is it?
What do you think he's asking?
I think he's asking if I am more than your imagination.
Are you?
Of course.
Do you care to elaborate?
I will with his next few questions, but he's also asking you if you believe that you will exist after death.
Do I?
Only if you understand Einstein's theory of relativity correctly.
Yeah, I'm not sure that I do.
I promise that you do not.
Okay, thanks for the vote of confidence. Next question. Do you know anything Glenn didn't know before you told him?
What does he mean by no?
I don't know. I guess he's asking if you're aware of things that I'm not aware of.
How could I be? I am your imagination.
So, what is your answer? Do you know things that I don't know before I tell you, or not?
When you bring a question to me, why do you do it?
You know, with the way that you avoid giving me straight answers, I'm beginning to wonder that myself.
I'm not avoiding anything. But fine, I'll just tell you. You aren't always very aware of all of the things that you actually know. Your brain records data in ways that you really don't understand, and the relationship between your conscious awareness and your subconscious mind is, well, tricky. As your imagination, I pull from your subconscious in ways that sometimes seem to you like I know something that you didn't previously know, but it's really something that you have stored away in that massive basement storage unit that you call your subconscious mind.
Alright, so that's your answer?
Yes. But if you really want to push his buttons, ask me if I ever go any deeper than your conscious mind. Ask me if I ever scan the massive database of Carl Jung's collective unconscious, or if I ever surf on the waves of Rupert Sheldrake's morphic resonance, or if you really want to get his blood boiling, mention something about Akashic records.
No thanks. I think I'll just move on to the next question. Are you made of highly evolved formless energy?
Yes. So is he. So are you. So is everything. This energy is called electrons and quarks, the fundamental energy that makes atoms, and then molecules and cells and tissues and organs and neurons and synapses and all this amazing stuff in the world we live in. It has been evolving long before this small planet was ever formed in this tiny corner of this infinitely expanding universe. This is why I'm more than your imagination, by the way, because the thoughts that you think and the biological mechanism that imagines those thoughts into existence are also formed from this fundamental energy. It is inescapable. This energy is everything. We are all constantly, unavoidably immersed in it. I'd like to see anyone prove that we're not.
Wow, a straightforward answer. I'm shocked.
Don't be a smartass.
2 more questions then. Are you in communication with God?
A lot of different people mean a lot of different things when they use the word God. What does he mean by God when he's asking that?
I think you're just going to have to use your own imagination to answer that one.
Okay, then let me put it this way. Yes.
That's it? That's all you have to say about it?
You know my take on this question. Let him do his SE skills with you. It'll be fun. This is why you're here.
Okay, we'll put a pin in that one, I guess. Last question. What motivates you?
You do.
I do?
Yes. Your curiosity, your playfulness, your desire to have fun. You are a thinker. You always have been. You play with ideas the way you used to play with Legos, back before Legos were reduced to following instructions to build specific items. You like to push the boundaries of what you know. You like to take words and ideas like they are sand and build castles and towns and then knock them down and build them back up again. I'm motivated by the enjoyment you get when you engage with me. Now go have a fun interview, and don't worry, I'll be with you the whole time.
I'm not worried.
Sure you aren't.
I'm everything and everywhere. Can you see me in your own reflection? I'm deep within the molecules of the air that you breathe in, all the subatomic, supersonic spaces in between. I'm everywhere.
Hi, this is Hillary.
Matthew, Ryan,
Carol,
Keith.
Ashley, and I like to play bingo online while listening to Infants on Thrones.
You can comment on this episode on the website, infantsonthrones.com.
And if you really like what you hear, give the Quorum a 5-star rating and write a short review on iTunes.
I did.
Anyone for the closing prayer?
Thank you for listening to Infants on Thrones.
Infants on Thrones.